and exhibition as well. And for me and saying anyone Babidi and Como. Maybe Solomon, Coach Emmanuel, that's you. Okay, fantastic. My brief intro, focus of this year ICT week, and a neat and Kasa a day na moye me intio.
Okay, Obi. Medase.
Sure.
Mama Osei means me have ICT week na me fam bra nita.
Sure.
But mama fam free nita. Na me fam bra ICT week.
That's right.
Inti nita ICT regulator for Ghana. Ohwe asisi a twimu ya kana abefo ya kana abefo ne ekokosu ohwe a ndisisi ano Ghana government it take digitalization to a whole different level. Or say or person making sure this ano every sector of the economy must not be left behind. The sector bia ye digitalize every single sector of the economy.
Okay.
In doing all this, no washa se we nya so na ya hwehwe nyoma ya no bia ye ne ope the government agency we or no ye ne DSA obi ye say private sector so ye say into uhia obi a obe gina mfimfini na wa hwe say obi a ye ne se ne at the end of the day ni na be come together na space no so I quite clean up. I enable more opportunities for businesses, for employment, and any ICT regulator. Into need and the Juma Oya and say, oh, make sure say ICT a country yeti. Ya bay ne send near no quine so now essential international front national a bit me integrity with international front. Into no anita na regulator so Nejuma Oya and a Juma Bakwa regulator no so as Oya and say. So a creative platform avenue the stakeholders be together from time to time. Now be have a conversation, consumer protection issue, consumer was some betimiaka government initiative policies. But policies no is it okay? A their platform na yebenya obiso betimi ababe can say okay abanya wo yeni me no ya adrian na say wo di we kan ho in kebe ye businesses for there no more car fa ho there ne omo how ne sa forum no say regulator no ultimate create sa forum into ICT week celebration no one of the major forums ye create say every year stakeholders within the ICT industry na yam coming together ye have a conversation government be catch yen ya wo ye IT companies there na muso government in your near metimi aye aboa mo hwehwe edwuma ewo ICT sector na the opportunities na ewo ho mo investors almost benya obehu say opportunities no mbe say Ghana for say na ye normal na there into that is what the ICT week celebration is all about. Now this year you person you focus on when we say this year after yana you host after after say or per se make the whole Africa as a single trade market. Into say what on laptops Ghana ha now you have a 35 million people market, but with afternoon you have a 1.5 billion people market. Into nature says no nkofo obetimi aton amomo no edoso but you see technology abefo na use to reach out to all of them. Into no say Ghana na ye host after there na this year you say ye pese ye dinkan na nya after say count Africa countries no mo ye make sure say ye take advantage of it, positioning Ghana technology platform to support digital trade. Until now you say your friend is saying this year the team no Ghana as Africa's digital trade hub, and then we want to look at the innovation aspect of it, the policy aspect of it, and what kind of partnership that is required. You bet me a position Ghana. I say Ghana the gateway to Africa. Into the position Ghana in terms of digital aspect. So now you making sure so or more export in your the digital environment can really support and promote.
Oh, okay.
Obi all town services, the service industry. How are we using technology to promote our IT companies who are building all these innovative ideas and softwares? How do we use technology to promote them beyond Ghana and for them to do so? That is what this year is all about. Into do a ICT forum, but it's not just for ICT ecosystem, because we are talking about trade. Into what we touch on Bopo, you bet me, baby. Into no, ICT, into no, or more ICT who provide the enablement. You hear more, or more in any form of trade. If you are wondering who say we better beyond the shores of Ghana, but this is the time for you to start thinking about. You hear all the partnership, international bodies, the development partners, Omunina Eba, Ababe joining my all this, the 5 days. From Monday to Friday.
Oh, okay.
Now, by Friday, no, just a dinner event. This is what
the main action here, Monday to Thursday.
Every day you will focus on one particular issue we think promote digital trade.
Oh, okay.
Every day you better one topical issue to discuss, bring and conform those areas, you know. You be making avenue, man of bisa question. Your break room, your and
that's interesting. Because National ICT Week, said America August, but Ernestina, beyond public conversations, said the coach Akano activities being beyond Bekoso.
Okay, Medase. You're open for exhibition. The exhibition is not only for the how do you call it? The fintech, the telcos, but as my boss can, we are open for other businesses. Our baby showcase their product and services, or investors to come around. It's here when Yama baby from Babe robotic. We have a lot to display that day. In Crawford, startups are almost one yamon peso said we are looking forward to the larger group, the how do you call businesses, investors. We are looking for the government officials. There are a lot of people to meet that day and a lot to be displayed that day.
Okay. Apart from conversations, exhibitions.
And it's open to everyone. Will be working. I'll be type to one or two things.
Okay.
Into Freya, Bekasa. And we are also open for sponsorship. And there were packages. The sponsors. First one, the exhibition, Uber on as sponsor, no. Your exhibition buta yebema for free, and everything is already equipped. It's in your said Yama would no, and one would but it ranges. Your platinum, your gold, your silver. Asana you a package for exhibitors.
But yes,
Kakame Deka and the Sina it didn't come with esports academy.
Okay.
Almost a community they are into gaming and video gaming and all that.
Okay.
And one amazing thing is they're also part of your exhibitors on that day, and they have a tournament on mobile, and the grand finale and everything will also be the internet, not just for exhibitors, but it's going to be everything ICT relating to trade, and it's going to be a very well.
That's interesting. Yes. Obi person ye exhibitor obey den.
Me pacho obetimi afre ye team no ye ICT week team no.
Okay.
Yeah, on 0558074654 and as obetimi send ye email.
So when the bon kakran
0558074654 4654. And now say obey me reach it to your business email no businessservices@nita.gov.gh. Virtual.
My main fan obey to me call NITA website www.nita.gov.gh. Your form wow person ba obetimi register wo person we exhibitor so and also obetimi we register the team no be reach out to you on that one.
But not just because of exhibition, but some maybe discussions maybe open to be
open, but and I'm say when who logistics involved near the end, you know, you be to for so or your website no more register so that you be who say and to do a more bunny when we say security arrangement, all those sort of things. I say we're taking it now into consideration. Now we make sure say which may provide the necessary logistics to accommodate the Nkrofuom. Now, Obi, first day, no, the opening
ceremony.
The opening ceremony.
Monday,
no, opening ceremony. Second day, you're about to talk about near your friend no digital trust. Obi, says you no what town. What's a car person what town? Na me better. Meba be show. Mashaka no na ye ntia no me no ye hu and but see digital trade no nimpa woni na ye you know virtual wo hu na say we need if you don't have trust in the digital system people will not use momo say Nkrofuom person be use momo just because they have trust issues until we want to address the issue of digital trust everything that and when it comes to digital trust obia consumer ne part to play legal profession security agencies until your person you have a conversation say digital trust no na say wo ye na say me ye for us to build digital trust. Third day you better discuss about e-commerce. You better discuss about a payment platform because when you now support you know now you better discuss about logistics. When so we are e-commerce you logistics motor rider no cover adia no deba ship na enti omuni na kasa ecosystem no nti you better discuss ni na you so ya san discuss regulators. Okay, e-commerce now you have different regulators, data protection, cyber security, you're from Korea for NITA, so your doors will be. But Bank of Ghana are we not overburdening the businesses? You know, your regulators also be coming together. Now you have a conversation, say, how do we regulate in such a way that we don't overburden the businesses? Sure. Now on the fourth day, no. You are discussing about data for trade because say data trade now information way farmer way information exporter way information set from different. How do we do data exchange effectively in the country? How do we also do the data exchange without compromising security and data protection issues? You better have all this conversation. That's a way exporter who say me ye ejumano say me follow in your way na say me any ade because ye say ye play na ye meet international standards intino ye share ye corner na ye championata moves bia but ye di bia bebubom na ye make sure say Ghana no ya build a digital ecosystem, the users of this ecosystem to the point obia meeting international standards into one other people from other jurisdiction ye business or more trust to say Ghana systems you know a level we are safe to do business with.
That's true. Wow. I love it. Indeed, say Obi or person or sponsor can call the same number.
The same number. Yeah, Obi to our website no. Now I fill a sponsorship form.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine. And say ebebaso wahin ni nyina ebaso wahin.
Nina ebaso Accra International Conference Center. Now let me also say at the same time no on that week you know we are also having guests from African countries joining us because Ghana is also hosting the first and maiden edition of BBIFN Africa PKI Consortium. PKI ni BBIFN Public Key Infrastructure. Boa digital ecosystem no the additional layer of security eba. Now, the whole world, have adopted PKI, as the technology you use it for authentication and verification. Into your passport, your national ID, now you see PKI. Now, your dream when we say Africa. Use of PKI in form what you compare other countries now in the Africa for us started coming together say yamra together na form Africa PKI consortium now yam one promote PKI use within government and the African continent and then also to push for adoption. Into Ghana hosting the maiden edition and it's happening as part of the ICT week celebration. The same period until you have a number of African countries also come and join us for the ICT week celebration and the PKI consortium as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. For that week, a lot of activities.
A lot of activities are happening. A lot of activities are happening.
A lot. Indeed, if you are an ICT enthusiast, who you'll be when J Tech, you need to be part of the National ICT Week. A must-attend event. Monday, 25th to Thursday, 28th August. Baswa Accra International Conference Center. Monday, at 9 a.m. na yenina yakwa PM. Conference center as for the whole week. Now Friday you're crowning it all with a dinner. For the National ICT Week. A final comment, maybe 30 seconds each now. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll still stress on the exhibition and the sponsorship.
Okay.
It's your more bar for exhibition and sponsorships. It's not just the dinner, there'll be an awards night.
That's right.
It's your more bar on board for sponsorship, partnership, and for the subsequent years, and then the exhibition. Show more for dinner awards night. So all I can say is everybody should come on board. Let's build Ghana's digital future together.
Fantastic. Mamintio, finally.
NT, just to add to what they've said, the platform has been created. Tiembra, now what we have now, let's bring it up board, and we promise it's going to be a very wonderful event for everyone.
Fantastic. Papa in studio, all the way from Nita, Enra, coincidentally, boss and so about studio. Solomon Richardson, a co-chairman, Nita, and Estina Achuche, a sponsorship, in charge of sponsorship and exhibition, and Nanaya Onyako, and so sponsorship and exhibition from NITA, National Information Technology Agency. Omohun komo ena yaba ababidi enti madam wase why yebesan akasa Ekosiisen swini higher Asempa 94.7 FM ma mentros na menkan messages ne kakra emamo while we wait for the other calls and interviews we say Obi, I am not surprised about the mode of intimidation, harassment and arrest by the government. This government has been pampered for the past 8 months. A lot has happened, but the media and most people who criticize the previous government under similar circumstances are now quiet. The intimidation, harassment and arrest of opposition members are just mind-boggling. The earlier we checked this, the better for all of us. Regards to the good people of Inkonsia in Wenchi, Nana, Agent entry, Ewo Hackney, United Kingdom. Obi, thank you for bringing NITA on board. I cannot wait to join the ICT Week. This is a very good initiative by the Ministry of Communications team. My regards to Ernestina from NITA, Chris inside Trasako, and Udiwe Abakris Yadase. Ike Yeboa Asante Owa Nkraya Ose. The world is ICT and ICT is the world. Therefore, let all participate in this event. My question is, why the choice of the theme and what's their projection next? Okay, I think they dealt quite extensively with the choice of the theme and the rationale behind same into what we say. Obi, per Mustafa's analogy, our prison should have been empty because a criminal can just commit a crime, apologize and be set free. I saw the guy's apology and he was laughing. That was not remorseful. I am also happy Mustafa knows time can catch up with people just like it has caught up with them. The spread of false news in the country is becoming a regular thing. People must be punished for their irresponsibility. Kofi T or Teshi. We say Obi, please, good afternoon. Okay. And my mention, Yabekwa Homani Susi Aquakudi and Como. I'll come back to the messages. Nama Babe Kain Amamo. Ma Mene Wing Commander Sogbojo retired. Any and Como. Unim say, and the Deputy Defense Minister, a press conference, Edin Sembebrina, Etuja, Wing Commander Sogbojo retired. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Na apomo ye de.
Nyame konko.
Ye da nyame ase papa. Minim what you make of the deputy minister's point and say as part of investigations into this helicopter crash, no, they are seeking foreign assistance to unravel the Ekosiisen. You think that's the way to go? Enya dia ya sojafoɔ ne investigative team ɛwɔ ha ne betima hwehwɛ mu ama yɛhu deɛ ɛkɔɔ so.
Yɛni machines everything be a black box woman. The total is a black box command manufactured. So what I say?
Yes.
Yɛni facilities to open the black box. For black box in the book will be an information or they have to decode it. In terms of the China to go and do it, they will come here to come and do it. And our best is once the Pokra. One more okay. Normal and decode information inside. Therefore, it's a maintained minister, but as a doctor, a foreign assistant, yes.
Okay, we don't have the facilities to decode.
We don't have the
black
facilities.
Box,
You go, the manufacturer should be there.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, friends, American Airlines.
Yes.
Okay, oh my fine.
Yeah. Hello?
Asempa FM.
You're going. I did this to have troops.
Hello, Wing Commander.
I'm sorry, Koso.
Yes. In Dina Kase, you need the facility to decode the our black box anymore.
Now, my impression is India crash nearby.
Yes.
Was that a Boeing for black box number?
Absolutely.
Come no manufacturer, no be specific black box. So confirmation is plain extracted. This some machinery and a bit me a decode information of mine.
But
they be a manufacturer.
But would that be all we need to unravel the Ekosiisen accident? And I say beyond the a black box never capture no, the Ghana Armed Forces Akasanso would have to do some investigations. The protocols are follow.
Ghana Armed Forces is playing out. I say go forward. They are not between. They will have to know the facts why the plane came down.
Okay.
Now, black box to pay. And a bit to me, I can't what happened on the aircraft.
Oh, okay.
When you start to print black box near to my be a very good.
In a minute,
and way a person pilot to 2 in
yes.
So be an India buyer a toy. The black box is a bit.
It means every form of investigation should hold on until you hear about black box. No,
it doesn't matter. Say you should hold on. The investigation go on, but the black box is needed to certify what really happened.
What really happened? Okay.
What I say?
Yes.
We in the black box and the bit me can say when a buyer play in the toy. The young club was and yet American Airlines helicopter crash to America. It take to me and plus and sign information about. The map from matches. Now
oh, okay. There should be no rush as
no. It's a factory normal abuse and they will decode information woman near their brain, near the background part, and near the buyer near their map press. A confidential Jamaica Air Force Resource Defense to look at it and say,
that's true. That's true.
It's just patient. We should be patient, until the results come back.
Yeah. But there are those who also believe, say, one of the things we should establish in flying VIPs, no, are there protocols be also follow, and where those protocols
for example, were you born a VIP?
Say again.
A passenger is a passenger. The part of flying is flying. It's idea is we number. Blena atiashe ne kumipa. So they say.
Yes.
So the VIP we helicopter is not that big. VIP. So they are short trips until you fly from Maha to London or somewhere else. So it's massive.
Yes.
So the issue of VIP, and I'm very certain say VIP is come on to home.
Oh.
So
yes.
There's nothing like protocols. Once you board the aircraft and the pilot takes off, he's taking off. Only we are all human beings. And a pilot because 2 airplanes walk. So I say.
Yes.
Yes. The all speculations and come. Munyama aviators, they are experts on flying, and they are saying that the black box should be decoded. It has to go to the factory for them to encode it. It's patient. No, I'll be no way I can say this in the buy. I only play no.
I can say a word done in our form now. Sanyo many.
I word though, it be a black box record. Pilots on key. Some of flying at you.
Yes.
They are efforts for and every plane be a some mission be bar on the far pilot or air qualifier so koye. Young Kofa could be on your qualifier song. When I say I'm fly VIPs all the time. And you are bound with your budget efforts on all the VIP as when if you are baby all time to me. One man on me flying the and I think in your first summer air force plane at theater. An accident.
Yeah.
So
yes. Yeah.
When put a lot to see who they say the Baunam Pie Swa. Not playing better. Play you got your pioneers. To play football club on Korea. This is a contact ground troops. Like this very case, Kumasi to this boy. No could be second crossing. It took 2 hours. It took the afternoon draw.
Not just say your response time from the armed forces, and not anything out of the ordinary. Because some
nothing out of the place. You can't talk about troopers there. Please explain it. One day, quite a bit too much as a paratroop and this is a ground truce. Basically, being alcohol. So, it is not that the response time. It's when the incident happened. Savannah. Yes, so and I be a call a flower at that corner. The other quiet the who here. There be a quarter and to get access to it was difficult.
Obi make I post be on social media. Now I say Ghana has a serious jungle warfare training program which trains our army how to fight in deep forest.
But in this actually, you train the soldiers to fight in the bush. How did they get to the site? Will you drop them by helicopter? Maybe salvage from there's no way. I got some won't even drop one quiet. Parachute with
Diaso.
Wrong. It's just if the army doesn't know what they should do. It depends on the terrain helicopter and the toy. Na make us say, in the bia. The tamale in Savannah area and Assafuah kwane so. And this obstacle be here. The crash bia. It took us 5 days to find where the plane landed. That was here. 1973.
Into the claim say because of say Yentimiama soldier for Nankone, we should question our capabilities and the capability of the armed forces. No,
maybe it's not what capability were you expecting?
Sir,
they are telling you that the plane fell in the forest area, and it took them 2 to 3 hours to get there. There's nothing you can do about it.
You can do.
Say an amount, 2 examples, Savannah, you can drop them by paratroopers. But you can't even drop paratroopers because what could you ask? Well, in the capability, but normally the ground forces didn't have to do what they did.
And round so now from the mayor of Kumasi said the helicopter tried to land, I think, 3 times. And Sana, what happened here? Or the two just said.
The mayor of Kumasi is talking what he saw with the eyes. That's why the black box comes in to tell us what really happened.
What really happened? Okay.
You know what was happening to the pilot? David. So.
Yes.
It is a big black box, so that to give us concrete evidence of what happened. And yet, the views to whom we and our players the plane also as Purdue made it. No, it didn't. It hit the ground before it exploded.
Before it exploded. Very well.
And there's so many experts giving their views, but the Ghana Armed Forces have the procedure to alert, search and rescue, and the conduct. Because a crash in a soldier frontier, the nearest big town is Obuasi. Maybe there be national security. But the land troops have to go to the site. How do you retrieve the bodies? How do you find out what happened? Can't do it by looking at it. What was it?
Yeah. But I want him say regional minister no LED locals no ma omoko koye say Juma.
They went by foot.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
And the soldiers on 4 battalion who go by, they will walk from Kumasi. They'll get to Boise, closer to the site, and walk by foot.
Yes.
So regional minister was at the Boise. Then he was closer to where the incident happened.
He was closer.
The soldiers are coming from Kumasi to go there. If you couldn't send them from Takoradi or Accra to go, the closer land force was 44th Battalion, who will have to drive to Boise and then to Brofil Duana way at home. But many send over Boise into site, and what they will get there faster than the soldiers. So
yes. But the point you made earlier said flights no and catch fire mid-air. Na a performance on the jet no. The MP for Adan seems to have a different opinion. No. On the
MP for Adan.
Adan, yes, Adan.
I want to see. What opinion? Plane you will not find a plane this way. When you're expecting Kasa, you will not find a airplane just lying in the forest. It will scatter.
Assafuah FM.
So what I say?
Yes.
There's it will scatter passing in Nambia 1 mile, 2 miles away. But when the aircraft is almost intact on the ground, the explosion from the air is out. On empty for them, you couldn't know what's up with some liters or so, players produce a Wima, passing them, not the place of impact.
Yes, I get you.
And now, Obiti son said, boom, almost a bit debit if you ever pay. Obi. One more, ya interview now. Obia and Castle will play this Ekotiato. One was a balloon, and a pilot is being seen what. Or fly star tripper. Ya one bra or fly him. every obstacle now a one map so you fly minimum 1,000 feet above it.
Okay.
Into the most important question, there the map plane it to buy. You can don't fly one was to repeat helicopters or the coping beer. Walk on. Maybe.
That will not be normal.
But BB has happened for the plane to come down from its original height to come and hit an obstacle. What do I say?
Yeah, Matua say, Commander. Now,
another.
My yana senti bibiani e besi aba bidin komo bio. Why?
Okay. Now, Mr. Menya PRO for the Air Force.
I know. So when you flow for your pilot. You flow for
yes.
Okay.
On to get results from the black box.
Me patcho you. Yeah, that's a pa. Yamin show. Ekosiisen na high Asempa FM. And that's the wing commander Patrick Nelson Sogbojo retired. And Motene kada semi esi or minor benefit from the expertise papa paye or no ankasana or he was with the Ghana Air Force na onunsu twi helis he be said ye asem but I was here to us so. Good afternoon, Obi. Please tell the air marshals a pilot deliberately crashed a plane as happened in 9/11. Obi, today, dear, you've received military communication response. Godfred Adoa, Ewo Bronx, and on the way, Abraham Godfred Edase, NT 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. That's our WhatsApp number. We say, Obi, why did the police conduct a Rambo-style arrest on someone at dawn just to assist with an investigation? In fact, this is clearly politically motivated and statistically insignificant. Free say Obama now. Amisko spelele o kaswa ode abre eni. Na enano yedin komo efa helicopter be emergency landing wo nkoko na obeka ya your reporter nene ye kasano ka se company kra ye omo helicopter from Volta River e dey be the airline say Volta River Aviation I can say Volta River Authority issue statement. Almost the Volta River Authority has noted with grave concern media publications suggesting that a helicopter which belongs to VRA has emergency landed in Nkoko in the eastern region. Would like to state unequivocally that the said helicopter does not belong to VRA and neither does VRA operate aviation services. Our checks indicate that the helicopter in question belongs to Volta River Aviation Limited. Volta River Aviation Limited, which is registered with the Petroleum Commission. The mandate of the Volta River Authority is to provide affordable, reliable electricity to power economies and add value to lives. Our mandate does not include the provision of aviation services. The public is strongly advised to disregard any such report. Okay, into the rest, standard Nyoma Yedeka statement be say, Surveyor David Adomako Mensa, only a Director Corporate Affairs and External Relations, VRA, and an Insa Eshe Way Ase. Inti Mumayen Shannon. So Ghana Armed Forces and so Eddie statement about urging the media to be circumspect in their reportage over the military helicopter crash. Inti as much as possible would love to interview experts, no, not omono, the expert opinions. Now, but that's the reason why wing commander AD and Komo. We say Obi, we are heading towards court now, and his lawyer wishes to okay into my interest benya the lawyer. I think this is from one would say Obama echi edeno court ni been the message way aba. We say Obi, I remember on your show with Nanaya Jantwa, she said anyone who speaks against JM would be dealt with ruthlessly. By the way, where are also in Samuel Hunto and Benne Boama, who said worse things against Nanado? Also, are they more human than others, or the NDC think they are superior humans? Sampine, a former mayor, Ewu Kumase, and Onudi way a brain. Sampine, Yedase, Papa. Ekosiisen, so higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Into Enche, we'll be speaking to the lawyer for Sir Obama. Na ansana no, ma menkwa homano so na Yeni and Komo Emra. Where Dr. Samuel Sowate, only a security consultant and human security expert. Yeneno and Kasa Emra. Ora Sowate Aquaba na Pomte saying.
Iradia dum odi mobi michiao etia etifo.
Yeah, Joso, papa.
Nampa chofe, madam may correction dia. Mini akitia ye Samuel Sowate, mimi ye Emmanuel Sowate.
Emmanuel Sowate. Maybe Samuel and
But Samuel.
Okay, then sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. No apologies. So that I'm confused with my younger brother.
Mate, that's papa. In the Ghana Armed Forces, a issue statement urging circumspection as far as media reportage is concerned. If a helicopter crash, how would you rate so far reportage from the media and the general Ghanaian public? Saying.
No, but me that say question here complex because media no we are heterogeneous. Moving back to chimu, level of standard amber reporting cases different from other radio stations because me sure say analysis any experience radio stations very up there. The are coming up. Obia one of strength. Ghanaian population no for media in Ghanaian population no for a more vast. Youth are more low income communities. Different from youth are if you're no university and now if you are youth are or no village somewhere. Apart from youth, the educational status. Obu PhD over first degree. So no analysis very different from other places. Now social media platforms. Responses no a very difficult to say general what are they been. But what I can see with all these caveats and say a issue a topical, a issue amount for per solution, a issues amount for a hope say at the end you some clarity, a issues a high amount for in terms of the death, that's one I can say that is how the response has been from the
Yeah, but now Ghana Forces a cassette in the interest of the bereaved families, some details be maybe we should leave that out from the conversation for now. Now, amount for ensure what we put out. You would also have to balance that against the national interest, the public interest. This is a disaster. And the people want information. How should the armed forces manage that?
You would say, well, about security, it is not only this type of number, and yet only issue of armed forces from where I sit. I feel that psychologists, psychiatrists have a role to play. I will say, I think the media have a role to play. The military purpose say Moku Mujuma and I have say military Mujuma. Only one way of looking at it. I want to look at it differently. Say about issue of dignity and respect. You don't need necessarily the armed forces to fear that. Only a bit made the ethical convictions of radio stations. A bit made the ethical convictions of societies. Indeed, they are sorry for it. Me catch them on Ponte. If you say two udopwa how don't pull certain pictures. Indeed, you don't need the armed forces to come and tell us things about dignity and respect. I can't see the man can air wrong. I'm saying say the entry picture no beyond just the armed forces. In other words, entry security not only from the standpoint of hard security, but broadening security to include issues like showing people dignity and respect. And such dignity and respect it does not only come from people in uniform, it comes from the pulpit, it comes from civil sector of society, it comes from media. They say GJE, DJ might not be able to control social media platforms. Then we come to the individual, appealing to the individual's conscience. I think from that perspective, you know, very better. That's how I see. That's how I see.
Oh, okay. I get you, but again, way a tragedy abba or manphobia, you're worried. People need information. Soldier for so free say omuhia time their investigations, sometimes even collaborating with international agencies to get to the bottom of this matter. How do you manage expectations from the people who need information and the fact that the investigations can take a long time to unravel what actually happened?
Brilliant question. And you are touching from where I sit, you know, the fundamentals of security governance. Sometimes, you know, a soldier for no, depending on the context, they are sleeping civilians, discipline the civilians, and I won't say in certain places before you
yes.
You don't build on good relationship when the citizens will say soldiers for something, not all of them, but generally, you know, when they come to certain places, they can beat you, and to the extent say they know say nothing will happen to them. And sometimes they say, yeah. And truly to how do I know? Because it is one thing come to say in public, say there will be inquiry, and it's another thing making the findings and the punishment public. When the findings and the punishment public it leads to what you call legitimacy. So you create the environment for people to have trust and confidence in the institution. Say when your person does something wrong, the person will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. And yet, so Obeka said this thing is condemnable, then you live there. No. When people have that history, the BTR already they are suspicious, already the relationship is not good. The people say there's going to be some katache, so it doesn't help. In other words, you know, when we understand that legitimacy of security institutions, of state institutions, you know, and a process, and is sometimes in the future, you appreciate how you deal with ordinary people. When you deal with ordinary people, it's easy to control them because of the element of trust and confidence. And very, very important.
Yes.
For me, it is very, very important. So your question is brilliant. For now, people who ask those questions, they would want to find convincing answers. But we are also in a time of social media. Paul Peter Eka two publics, the modern public and then the civic public, so to speak. But okay, maybe I'm going two public here. But the two of them, they need to work together. If they don't work together well, it creates suspicion. With that media space, you know, what then happens is that people will start concocting their own story. There is always spin to story. Would the AI become put the anaye agin semukra because AI bet me take a situation. But number standing on. When you're very careful, you believe it even if you're a professional because AI normal very complicated.
Yes.
But one of the ways where I think and say when we see ourselves, security, ordinary people see ourselves that we're in the same boat, that we treat each other with respect, that even you don't beat the person, you don't assault the person. Let the police take on the role of the police. Let military do their work. Military and police can work to arrest and prosecute. Then we are gradually building that trust we need. And that national cohesion, that trust and confidence in each other. People who already have a lot of respect, a lot of trust. Into the conspiracy theory, the extent to which that conspiracy will gain traction, because of the history, because of the good relationship. And yes, this tension, where the military, and as I said, ordinary people should also have some level of decency, dignity, and respect. I think there's that tension between controlling information and at the same time opening up and giving people timely information within the particular demographics. You have a youthful population or more money patients like the old people, they would ask very difficult questions. They want quick answers. You really need to manage that tension here. To me, you do intimidations and threats. Intimidations and threats, if you have a deterrent, a role to play. But from what I see, I believe that given the social media platform, given the vast number of youth you always want to gradually build their trust so that BBC here they will listen to you. They are social media influencers, they are still chiefs, they are still pastors, they are still imams, they are our mothers, our grandmothers. In fact, let me speak to criminology. Very interestingly, shows that grandmothers have a strong hold on young boys who wants to join violent extremism. So grandmothers in particular, I don't know why, but grandmothers. So I'm trying to say that there's also a gender dimension to how we control the social media. One of it, women, mothers, grandmothers. And I think there are people who can also, depending on the context, or make medium or not to deal with this tension of dealing with how do you give information adequately and on time, but at the same time also make sure that information are passing through certain rigorous process. So tension between expediency and principle will always be there, but you need the basis, which is the foundation of trust and confidence, to build on that tension. When I say build on, solve the tension between, on the one hand, the information on them, and on the other hand, taking time to investigate. That tension will always be there. Always be
very well. Very well. Boss, I think you've been very, very helpful.
But one more thing, just quickly.
Sure.
You see, Among was talking about bringing people from outside to come and investigate. So I think it's very important that as a country, from outside, that we should look at the diaspora. Because the diaspora has a very important role to play in security and governance, economic development. If you're going to force that's the first thing. Second thing, my country outside in the shows inferior. Sometimes outside people more of such practical experience, theory, more of such practical investigation. See, so when you bring them down, it is not necessarily an issue of inferiority. But if truly you cannot get them, it's usually difficult to convince. If you cannot get them from your country or people from the diaspora, make sure that you learn. You learn every step of the way. You learn so that hopefully it will not happen again. It's next time. And as I'm to also be self-reliant. I feel that I should add that dimension for me. That's Manuel.
Yeah, that's Papa Panyamin Shrao. I think it's a fantastic point, and Omeki that final one. Meaning, say Ghana for the brain and so amanonia, Omanya Disia, Ewasanio, we can also rely on them. Dr. Emmanuel Sowate, a security consultant and human security expert, and Motesi ED and Como. There is more coming up. A higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Uadrin try WhatsApp number very active. 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. If you're looking for the better life for you and your loved ones, then Quality Life Assurance PLC QLAC offers you world-class product that ensures you enjoy the better life. Open. Very important. Only QLAC in Incomo. It was 0556 589 662 0556 589 662. Ofra, they will give you the opportunity to learn more about one product. Make sure Quality Life Assurance PLC or more product baby as our product thing. The intention is to make sure you would live a very comfortable life. Products about a quality education plan in the Oba. Esukun sem wankasa uskun sem or more quality funeral support plan or more quality group welfare protection timu yekuo association welfare group be a mutimi eko anyone could incomo they would do one of these for you. Your friend quality group welfare protection scheme and a more micro insurance product be brave. Protect your loved ones and secure your future with Kiolak. Kiolak, we inspire trust. Almost say Yemfansemi Ento Menim. Na General Secretary of the NPP,